back to Holly Hobbies. If you're here, let me know in the chat while I get set up here. All right, let's see. All right, we have Lori and Teresa, Linda, Renee. Welcome, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Try to get in the frame here. Hope everyone's having a good day. Are you having a glass of wine, Lori? Is Carl still enjoying his quiet time? Boy, that glass of wine looks good. I think I might have to have a glass of wine tonight. That just sounds really good. Well, I hope everyone's enjoying this gorgeous day today. It's absolutely spring outside here in California, and I hear the birds chirping. It's beautiful weather, and boy, do I have spring fever with this time change. All right, so we're gonna get started. I'm just making sure this chat, okay, there it goes. There we go. Hey, Cheryl, welcome. Good evening, friends. I know a lot of you are watching from different time zones, and we are going to get started. Hi, Linda. We are going to make a missus for the Mister that I made, the bunny, the Dollar Tree bunny heads. If you haven't seen them, they're super cute. They're in the $5 section, and I did the Mister, and now he needs a wife. So we're gonna make her today. Hey, Stephanie and Ethel. Hey, Betty. So we are going to get started, and I have my mesh prepped. And I saved a little bit of this wreath form to do with you. And what we're doing is we're loading 18 pipe cleaners, 12 around the outside and 6 on the inside. And we'll just do a couple little sections here together. I always name the bars from the outside going in, and the first 6 is coming under the 3 and the 4 and the crossbar. And we're twisting it off right in the center of those 2 bars. And we're doing the 6 all around, and then we're doing 6 around the crossbars and under the 1 and 2, twisting that in the center. And then we are going in between the middle of this each section right here under the 1 and 2, right in the center there. And that is how we turn this wire wreath frame into a working wreath form. And there you have it. So we have 6 in the middle and 12 around the outside. I know it looks a little funky, but I just love turning these little wire frames into working wreath forms. Hi, Lady Rivers, welcome. Well, hope you're feeling better today. We're making a Mrs. Bunny to go with my Mr. Bunny that I made in my tutorial. Yes, I have my coffee, Betty. Cheers. You're on the road. You're a storm chaser. Oh my gosh, be safe out there, friend. I hear it's getting kind of crazy in some of the different states with the hurricanes and all that. Be careful. Good evening, Nancy. Hi. Hi, Fortnite. And Jane from Knoxville. Welcome, everyone. No wine tonight. Hot tea, and Carl is still enjoying the quiet. Tell Carl I said hi, Lori. Oh my gosh. Sheila, you're in my time zone. Have to watch quietly at the dentist with my daughter. All right, that's some multitasking. Thank you, friend, for being here. I love that. I love that. You're drinking Mountain Dew. You had your coffee earlier. Are those your two go-tos, Mountain Dew and coffee, Lady Rivers? Jack's Packs. We're making a Mrs. We're going to work with this Dollar Tree stuffed bunny head, and I did a tutorial with the Mr., and now we're going to make a Mrs. to go with the Mr. Hi, Patricia. Welcome, friend. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. You're just trying to catch some noodles. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, Lisa. So I'm going to use this mesh that I got, some of my fun mesh from Craft Outlet that I've been dying to work with. And I try to do a one roll design. Sometimes this mesh sometimes you're going to get mesh that isn't going to quite get you the full 10 yards. And so I came up a little shy with these last two pieces, but that's okay because we're going to add them in the center and you're not even going to know they're under the 20 inches is what I was shooting for, to do 18 pieces at 20 inches, which should have given us the 360 inches. But like I said, it came up a little bit short, but that is okay. So I have all my mesh cut up, and I always like to use the first half of the roll to go around the outside and the curlier parts to go on the inside. So let me just pull out my first half here. And we'll put those curlier ones back in here. I always have a little laundry basket from the Dollar Tree next to me, and it really helps hold all my mesh when I'm making stuff. Lori lost her voice, and Carl's enjoying his quiet time. Oh. You know, Lori, he is sunbathing by the front door. I was very surprised he didn't come in here with me. And I went out to see where he was, and he was laying on his little bed by the front door enjoying some sunshine. He loves laying in the sun. But I'm sure he'll be scratching here at the door pretty soon and going to one end. But yeah, he loves sunbathing. All right. Tell Carl I said thank you. We like the thumbs up. Hi, Rose. Thank you so much, friend. I really appreciate that. All right. So let's get started. And I'm trying to think if we've done a Cruffle wreath on here. Have we done a Cruffle wreath live? Oh yeah, we've done Cruffle ones for Valentine's Day with the big fluffy Cruffles. So we're going to do that, but we're going to flip it upside down. I'm going to call it an upside down Cruffle. So we're just going to do nice big rolls. We don't have to measure. We don't have to be perfect or exact. We're just rolling in, a little bit there, keeping them nice and big. And then we're going to pinch and grab down the center, making a big Cruffle. And we have the flat side. We're going to go flat side up. So I'm going to flip it upside down. Usually I go flat side down, but I'm switching it up tonight. And we're going to start going around the outside 12 first. Hello, Sea Lover. I'm a sea lover too. I love the ocean. And if you saw you were here with me yesterday, we did an unboxing of a lot. I definitely had the ocean on my mind when I placed that Craft Outlet order, because it was a lot of ocean inspired ribbon and mesh. And I'm excited to start on those summer designs. So we're just going to go around and do the same thing. Hey, Shannon, how you doing? Are you enjoying your Arizona sunshine? And now we're on the same time zone. Is it really hot there, Shannon? Shannon left the snow and now she's in sunshine. Yes, you missed the warm. Are you ready for summer, Jackie? Mardio, we're making an Easter wreath, and I'm going to use the Dollar Tree bunny head that was in the $5 section this year. They usually have them every season. And I did the Mr. version, and now we're going to do the Mrs. because he needs a wife. Bonjour, Josephine. Welcome, Barbara. So we're just kind of lifting that up, getting that out of our way and placing this in. Just like we do with the regular cruffle, but it's flipped upside down, and then we just kind of butt those up against each other, and that pushes those ruffles up. Your house is decorated nautical. Nice. Yeah, I did an unboxing. I just got some different ribbons, and everything was like ocean inspired, and the mesh, a couple signs. So yes, I love doing the ocean, beach wreaths. And I'm going to do an aquarium wreath this year, which I tried to get to last year. And so I bought all the stuff, and I'm excited to do that. I got lots of florals that look like it's in the bottom of like a reef. Not necessarily aquarium, but I guess it could be like an aquarium too. It's 90s, yes. It's no joke in Arizona. It's pretty much what, like summer all year round there, right? So you are definitely enjoying your pool time. I don't know how anybody could live there without a pool. It's 7 in Michigan. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lily. That's so sweet. Thank you. Yes, I love this mesh too, Shannon. Namaste. Chat Hardgard. Namaste. From Michigan. Yes, I'm watching one of my business coach, and she was traveling, and then I saw her story today. She got back to Michigan, is where she lives, and she said she stepped outside and it was cold in all the sunshine. And back home where it's nice and cold, it's 60 in West Virginia. Nice, Terry. Thank you. That's perfect weather. I didn't look how it was here today, but it's definitely in the high 70s. Nice. Thank you, Dust Catcher. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, this mesh is really, really fun to work with. I got this in a lot of different colors. It has that snowy tulle, or not tulle, but snowy like fiber that goes through it, and it's just really fun to work with. But see how it just kind of pushes all those curls right up in the air and waving like you just don't care. You're from Florida, Glory. It's hot and raining today, so you're getting the humidity, right? Oh, thank you, Gloria. I'm glad you made it here with us tonight. So sweet. You'll accept sunshine and warmth, Betty. Well, I'm sure it's going to be getting warm for everyone before too long. I don't know when do the summers start in Michigan. So now if I was going to flip these over, that would be exactly how I do my regular cruffle wreath. So if you've seen any, like my oceans inspired wreath that I share sometimes, that one is made with this same, the way I did the pipe cleaners, I just flipped the cruffle over the other way. But I'm really loving doing it upside down lately. I don't know. I like it because you get the curl, but it's not too curly. I mean, it's curly, but it's just different than when you flip it upside down. Sea Lover, I got this from Craft Outlet. It's one of my go-to places for mesh. And they have this mesh, and I get it in the beige. I love working with it in the beige. They have different widths of stripe, and I got it in purple. And what else did I get this in? I think that was it. The pink, the purple, and then lots of beige. I use the beige a lot because that's such a great neutral to have, and you can use that pretty much for any season of the year. Kids on March break this week already. Oh my gosh. I have a hard time. I don't keep up with that anymore because my kids they're not in school like that. So I lose track of when it's spring break and winter break. Deb, you've been organizing your crafts. Ooh, that's a lot of work. I always am exhausted when I take that on. I remember last summer I gutted my craft room and I thought, what the heck did I do? I had stuff everywhere. But you really realize how much stuff you have when you've got your craft room. So I had a lot of fun. I went live on Facebook yesterday for the first time. And I'm trying to get all those followers to come on over here with us. So if anybody happens to be here from Facebook that doesn't normally watch me live here on YouTube, let us know in the comments. I was hoping I could get some of you over on this side. That was my goal this week, and oh, somebody, I told you he was going to be back. He's ready to be with me. I'm going to have to go let Turbo in. I like to shut the door because we live on a busy road and it gets very noisy when we have our front door open. Let me go let him in. Come on. Coming back to see Mom? I remember somebody asked me one time if I lived near an airport because it was so loud in the tutorials. I said, no, that's just the street outside my door. Oh, sorry, I'm missing some messages here. We got Craft Outlet and your son's 25. Yeah, we're in the same boat, Betty. I have all 20-year-olds now. I mean, 20. I have a 27, 25, and 21. So I don't keep track of all the school schedules anymore. Which I do miss those days, but man, that was a lot of work. A lot of work. Because we always, my kids went to Sacred Heart, and the parents had to do parent participation hours for the school year. And I mean, and then I was working all the time, and it was hard to get all those hours in and volunteer and all that stuff. I don't even know. So when I look back, I don't know how we did it, but you just do it. You keep getting knocked off, Nancy? I don't know. Maybe it could be internet. I'm not sure. I mean, sometimes. Yes, thank you, Gloria. I got a couple messages that on my Facebook, or I don't know, maybe it was on YouTube, that they I think it was the last live. It was one of those lives. Can't remember which one it was, but she said took her 10 minutes to find out how long I cut the mesh, and I just said that I have to explain that the lives, these are different, you know, this is the way I connect with my community, and I answer questions real time, and we talk. And I said the tutorials are different. Those are just the tutorials. So I just said maybe the lives aren't for you. If you don't like talking, they're not for you. Yes, Rose, I always do crafts. I do, I usually just do wreaths, but I do have some different crafts, like some little gnome ornaments on my channel. I'd like to start doing some more crafts, but mostly it's just the wreaths. I do want to venture into some centerpieces. I was really inspired by that wreath summit I was a part of, with people doing these really fun centerpieces. So I bought some stuff to make some centerpieces. So I think I'm going to do a few of those. I got a whole bag of Easter bunnies over here. Those cute ones from Hobby Lobby, those real fuzzy ones. Yes, I do too, Shannon. Mariana, this is cut at 20 inches. Oh, good, Nancy. I love that. All right. Yeah, Linda, it's just like a cruffle. We're just flipping the cruffle upside down. And it still has the nice curly cruffle look, but it's not, I like it because it's not just tons of curls everywhere. It's kind of gives you that mixture of a ruffle and a cruffle. Hey, Teresa, welcome, friend. Where are you at in California? I'm in California too, Rose. I'm in Central California, in Turlock, California. Yeah, I do too, Tara. I live, it's weird. I live in the country, but the road we live on is like this. It's one of those roads where people drive so fast, and all the truckers, because there's a lot of dairies and things like that. It's just a very busy trucking road. It's hard to believe we're in the country with as loud as it is. And then our house is kind of faces the street, and it's pretty close to the street. So it's not like set back on the property. So that makes it even louder too. Betty, I do have some swags. Yes, I have some swag tutorials that I've done. I just did one recently with the bee. We did it on a paint stick, and we did one here live. But like I made my own swag. I didn't use like the greenery swags like people do. I made my own on a Dollar Tree crafting stick on one of these. I don't know if were you at that one where we did on this thing? And I do have a couple fun little centerpieces that we've done on the paint sticks and the Unique in the Creek board. But I do want to do some of those, like I said, the centerpieces that where people use the floral foam or the spray foam. But I really want to do, I actually want to get that in before the season's over. Oh yeah, I don't, Terry, that's why I don't ever let my dog off the leash, ever. Because we have lost so many cats in that road, because right across the street, there's a big cornfield, like probably 5 acres of corn. So all the cats want to cross that busy road and go to the cornfield. And we have just been completely heartbroken. We've had so many wonderful cats that we just love so much. And then we have to scoop them off the road. I said, no more. Although I don't know what has happened, because we are in the country, and next thing you know, there's been some cats around, and I saw some kittens in the back part of the property. I mean, they were older, so they were going back and forth, and so now I think we've got cats. I mean, they're like feral, but I don't want to see any more cats in that road. So yeah, I don't trust my dog off the leash at all, because he doesn't listen. And I don't want him to get hit in that road. Okay, why am I short? What is going on here? I know I cut exactly enough mesh, and it looks like I'm coming up short. One. Huh. I might have to go and see if it got scooped up in the other. Because these two were the shorter ones, but I had counted this. I don't know why I'm ending up one short here. Well, we're going to have to figure something out. These were the ones that didn't quite make the full amount there. I probably should just start going a little bit shorter than when I measure out everything and try to use the full roll and get the pieces as long as I can. So I probably should just start going a little bit shorter, just to allow for the irregular, if it's irregular and not quite the whole 10 yards like it says it is. Oh, I don't like being short like that. And the only thing I can think of, because I was prepping some mesh for another tutorial, and I might have accidentally grabbed it when I moved my mesh in the other room. So I'm going to go look after we add this. Hi, Amber and Stephanie. Welcome. Are you going to do the paint stick swag, Donna? If not, if I can't find that other piece, then what we'll do is we'll just put the bunny head up this way, and that it'll cover the space, so it's not going to be a big deal. I just swear I had that mesh. I'm going to go look. Let me just go look where I moved that other mesh, just to make sure I didn't grab a piece. I'll be right back, everyone. Hey, Valerie. Oh. Oh, my husband said it's 100 acres of corn. No, I don't know what happened to that piece of mesh, so we are just not going to worry about that right now. Okay, and we're going to add our bunny head. Is going to go right here. So let's just finish off some of these pipe cleaners. Hi, Lenora. How you doing, Valerie? I don't know, Betty, what I did. I think I'm going crazy because I swear I count these out when I'm doing this, when I'm prepping. And there's no way I would have been one shy like that because those other two ones were the smaller ones. I feel like I'm starting to lose it here. Okay. But it's okay. We're going to be fine because the big bunny head's going to go right there. Or the bow, or we could do the bunny head here and the bow's going to go there. So it's not going to matter. The only thing it's going to mess with is my OCD when it comes to stuff like this. I'll get over it. Yes, Shannon, thank you. You won't even notice we're a piece shy here. So I'm going to start just finishing off these pipe cleaners because we're not going to be using, we're only going to use a couple that we're going to add some ribbon in or some bows. And then if we add anything else, we can just put it through in between the ruffles and add it to the wire wreath frame. Yes, Linda, I know. It's not going to stop us from finishing this. It's just messing with my head, that's all. Well, he's back. Well, it's kind of funny. That's what happened to me just a little bit ago. I was cutting some mesh for some of that new striation mesh that we unboxed yesterday because I was dying to check it out. I'm back. Why does it always have to freeze at the most unflattering frames there? So that happens because I get spam calls. So even though I have my notifications turned on, it's happened on a couple lives. And so I've learned just to write it out and it'll come back instead of restarting the live. So the thing happened to me with the mesh. I was cutting it and I decided to cut into like 25 or 26 inches just to make sure that I had 12 pieces. And I got to the end and I needed 2 more pieces and I only had 1 piece. So I thought, okay, the roll came short again. And so I cut that a little bit shorter than I wanted to. And then I found the piece on the ground and I thought, oh my gosh. It'll come back, Valerie. Let me know when the sound comes back. Is the sound back? It'll come back. Just give it a minute. Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, it'll do that. So just so you guys know, when it freezes like that, the sound goes out and it just takes a minute to catch back up. But it'll all come back. And I guarantee you it's because there's spam calls coming in. Which I am getting so sick of all those spam calls. Okay, everyone can hear me. All right. isn't this mesh so fun to work with? I love it. It's so soft. It's like a big, giant poof. Like cotton candy or something. All right, I just want to get these all finished off right now, and then we're going to move on and add the bunny head. But yeah, I've got a lot of those bunnies because I figured we could do a centerpiece live, and then I'll do a tutorial on one as well. I want to squeeze in some more Easter designs. I got a whole bag of flocked bunnies to work with. Let me show you what I got. I got the big one. I just love him. I mean, that would be a big centerpiece, but I couldn't resist him. And then these were the little ones I got to do a centerpiece with you live. And then I want to do one of these with you live too. So we have some more Easter things to do together before we move on. I'm not ready to move on yet. I want to stay right here in spring, even though I need to move on, but that's okay. I'm going to make sure I get these designs that I want to do out of the, or get them finished so I can not have them on my list of to-dos for next year. I know, I love those bunnies at Hobby Lobby. They're so cute. And I couldn't resist that big green one, even though he's a lot, I wanted a smaller version of that, and that's the only one I could find. But I put him back a couple times and I said, no, I've got to get him. Yes, we're going to do lots of fun Easter. Yes, thank you, Gloria, for reminding everybody. I always forget. If everybody could give this live a thumbs up, it really helps me and my channel. YouTube will hopefully push my content out to more people, which is what I need right now. Because what happens in the, well, it happens in all the social medias, but things start dropping. The view hours, the view time in the spring and summer when everyone's out doing stuff. And that's when it starts getting a little bit slow on that kind of stuff. And, you know, of course it picks up in November, October, November, when everybody wants to craft. So during this time, I could really use the thumbs up, the likes, all that good stuff. Thank you, Terry. Hey, Deb. How's it going, friend? Don't let them hop away. Yeah, I know. I couldn't. He would have hopped into somebody else's cart. Even though I'm not supposed to be buying anything else, there I was at Hobby Lobby. I forgot what I went there for. You know, it's always you go there for something in particular and then you end up with stuff that you weren't planning on getting. If you could stay at a Hobby Lobby, Debbie. I know, it's hard. It gets you every time. I'll have to go in with blinders sometimes and be like, okay, just blinders. But yeah, they were starting to put out the 4th of July stuff. And that's where that's where I always told myself I'll just go by Hobby Lobby, because like I always tell you all that that's the hardest part for me is moving on to the next season and staying ahead for creating tutorials ahead of time, so people have time to see what they want to make and all that, instead of it being right there at the holiday. And I need to go by the general rule, like when Hobby Lobby switches over to the next season, that's when I should be switching over too. Okay, I'm going to leave that just as a reminder that that is where that one is missing. Okay, and then we'll figure out which way I want to do the head, if I want him to go up this way or that way. What happens at Hobby Lobby stays at Hobby Lobby. Yes, exactly. That is exactly right. As I came home with like 3 bags the other day, I went to Michael's. That's what it was. I started off at Michael's because I needed to get more baby's breath. And I think that Michael's has the best looking baby's breath out of all the places. And so I went there. I said, I need some greenery. I need to stock up on some greenery, you know. And next thing you know, I have like $80 of greenery from Michael's. And I thought, oh my gosh. And then I had to go to Hobby Lobby. I forgot what I needed there. And yeah, then that turned into coming out with 2 big bags. And I said, oh, you're out of control, Holly. You have 150 in your craft outlet cart. Hey, that's pretty good, Deb. You better hit that buy now before it goes up even higher. Oh, Linda, that's probably a good thing. Think of all the money that you're saving. Yes, Debbie, it was absolutely gorgeous. Your butterfly wreath was so cute, and your cross one too. I've been wanting to do a cross like that on the grapevine. I actually went and looked at all my crosses next door, and there wasn't really one that well, I guess there was one that I could have used, but I've been really wanting to do one of those on the grapevines. Both very, very nice, Debbie. Thank you, Teresa, for the lucky clover and the 4 jewels. I appreciate that, friend. Thank you. Okay, I'm making sure I'm not missing anything. Yes, I didn't. Where did you get your butterflies at, Deb? Okay, so now we're going to add. You're driving to Merced. You're right by me, friend. We are in Merced County. I will, Debbie. I will. They're basically gifts that you can send to creators, that you purchase the gifts. It's almost like, it's the same thing, not the same thing, but it's very similar to like Facebook stars. When people send you stars on Facebook, it's like that here on YouTube. There's different things that you can purchase and you send them to creators. Like jewels, I don't know exactly because I'm not on that end of it, but there's different things that you buy and you send as a gift is what it is. So just think of it like Facebook stars. Yeah, that I don't know the cost or anything like that, but that's what they are. You're going to spend the weekend with your friend? All right, Vonnie. We're going to have to meet up sometime. All right, so let me figure out where we're going to put, oh yeah, you're not even going to notice that. I just don't know if I want to do it this way and have that where the bow would go. But look at I just love these bunny heads are so cute. So you see, we still have the curls. There's still lots of curls, but not as much when you, it's not super, I mean, it is curly, but not, it just has a little different look than if you flip the cruffles over. Okay, I think we're going to do it this way because then I'll do a bow down here. So let's just, we're going to connect him. Let me get a couple pipe cleaners. You've been looking for that bunny with colored mesh. Have you found him? He's at the Dollar Tree. He's in the $5 section. I got him at the beginning of the season, him and her, but I know people still have been finding them. They're still around. Okay, so he's gonna go right here and we're gonna spill those cruffles around his face and, or her, I keep forgetting we're doing the her. All right. I just think they're so cute. You can't find them, Nancy? Thank you, Doreen, for the jewels. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, friend. Yeah, like I said, I got him early, but I know there's been, when I posted my last one, a lot of people said, oh, I just found him. And so I know he's still out there. Let me get some of the turbo hairs off. Okay, so we're going to make a little, I don't know what you call it, a little line here with the zip ties, and that's going to give us something to attach the head to. And we're just connecting the zip ties together to make a big long zip tie. And we're going to place this in the center here. And I need to grab one more. You could do this with as many zip ties as you want to make a big long one, which is kind of a neat little hack here. Because we are using the wire wreath frame, and we could just attach it to the sides, but I like to do one in the middle and then attach to the wreath frame as well. Let me clip this off. You go, oh, maybe yours just didn't get them in this year. I've seen these at mine. They had them last year, and then they had the same ones again this year, which was nice. I didn't get them last year, so when I saw them, I thought, oh yeah, I definitely want to work with them this season. And I was starting to think I wasn't going to be able to get to it, and I had so much fun when I finally got around to working with the boy bunny. The only thing I would have done differently with the boy is I probably would have used a different mesh, because I felt like it wasn't quite contrasty enough using the beige mesh and the beige bunny head. So that's the only thing I probably would have done different, is maybe did some green mesh or maybe even some yellow, something to make the bunny head pop a little bit more. Can you order online as we can't in Canada? We can order online here in California, but I know that a lot of stuff you have to buy it by the case. Like, I don't know how it works with things like this, but like mesh and things like that, you have to order by the case if you order online. Well, it's not going to fall through. I mean, you could put a piece of plastic mesh, but it's not going to fall through at all because it's got all ruffles everywhere that's holding it in place, and it's going to hold very nicely with this little, what we're going to do here. It's going to basically just stick to the mesh. And then I'm just going to take some floral wire. I want to make sure that we have them where we want them here. And let me just finish off this zip tie here. Let me just take this one off. Okay. Just trying to get everything in place here. You have your birthday. Ooh, where are you going to go, Linda? You going to do some crafting? I love that. When you get those gift cards and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going shopping. And I'm just poking this right through the material. That one bent on me. Let's try to do that again. You could just clip a little hole with your scissors if you want. Hoping I can get this to poke through. Might have to clip this one. Come on. There we go. So I'm just going to use this floral wire and just going to connect it to our zip ties. And then we're going to do a couple other spots too. So it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, I could probably just keep it like that and it would be fine, but we'll add a couple more just to make sure. And then we'll just take it around the wires on this one. God, Turbo's hairs are everywhere. I always like to have a lot of this floral wire on hand. I'm getting low on it. I usually get this from Hobby Lobby. It definitely comes in handy. Trying to get this a little bit tighter. My hands are slippery. Is it Bonnie's? Sorry, I'm missing stuff. You need a break, Debbie? Sometimes, yeah, you have to take a break in between designs. Oh, thank you, Gloria. Yeah. But you know, I already done the tutorial. I still like it, and I think it's cute, but I definitely didn't think it popped as much as I would have liked it to. Oh, Vonnie, happy birthday. I hope you have a great birthday tomorrow. And Linda. Hello, Yarnforia. You're getting ready to do a moss bunny frame. Those oh, I like the pea beads. Those are pretty. Yeah. I know that I got inspired when on that summit when she did the moss frame. Those are really pretty. Yeah, I think yeah, but it's already done. The tutorial's done, and what I've learned as a creator, you just have to move on. I can't dwell on it, you know. I can't dwell on it. I already did the tutorial. It's already uploaded. Once it's uploaded, you got to move on. And then you just learn from that and just, yeah, I can't. There's so many times I've sat and looked at my stuff and wanted to rip it apart or, you know, but it's a lot of work doing tutorials and there's a lot of editing, a lot of filming. It's just a lot of work. And so, I mean, I didn't want to have to just redo it after I finished the whole thing. I've done that a few times. I've wanted to rip stuff out and I said, no, you got to get over it and you need to move on. I almost did that with my angel wing wreath and that's turned out to be a very good tutorial for me. And I'm glad I didn't rip it out, but I was looking at those pink roses and I thought you added too many roses. It's too much. And I'd sit and stare at it. And my husband said, it looks fine. Move, you know, just let it go. And so I did. And I was happy that I did. But yeah, once it's done, it's done. There's no deleting. You're done with the tutorial. As soon as you hit that upload button. But if I was going to sell it, yeah, I would add some yellow flowers or add something more around it to give it some more contrast. But and that's what I'm learning is you just have to move on and there's always going to be the next tutorial. I could have made this a little bit longer here. All right, this bunny's not going anywhere, I promise you. He is not going anywhere. So there we have our bunny. And now we're going to dress it up a little bit here. But I really like that mesh with the bunny. I think it's cute. Yeah, sometimes, Linda, it's best just to walk away and come back to it later. I've had to do that many times. And I like bending one of the ears. I always think that looks cute. Yeah, I think that really helps just to take a break sometime, walk away, come back and revisit. Give him a black bow. Wow, I didn't think about a black bow. Now you got me thinking. But I didn't plan for a black bow. But that would have actually looked really cute with some black and white ribbon and stuff. But I have these little eggs I wanted to use. I'm pretty much gonna do it very similar to the way I did the boy bunny, but we're gonna add different flowers and stuff. Oh, I know what we have to do. I need to go grab my hot glue gun. I wanted to keep what it was on the head originally because I just thought it was, I like to keep it like it comes from the Dollar Tree because I just think it's, I don't know, it's cute to just leave it like it is. But the bow was all messed up and I didn't like it. So I'm going to add all the stuff back to it. I took it apart. This was here. And it had this part was all messed up and wrinkled and wasn't laying right. So we're gonna make it again. And I'm gonna leave it original to the way the bunny head came. So let me just get this bow back in order here. No, I haven't done the spray foam, Deb. I want to. I got like they were doing on that summit, but I ended up buying the foam blocks. That's how I'm going to do my centerpiece. Yeah, this bow was a hot mess, so we're gonna clean it up here. But I loved when she did the centerpiece in the dough bowl. Yeah, I wanted to keep this because I just thought it was cute. Because then if you start dressing it up too much or changing the bunny around, it's not looking like a Dollar Tree bunny anymore. All right, let's do this one. Sure, we're about even there. That's why I left the big blue bow on the boy bunny because I thought it was cute. Hey, Tamara. Oh, thank you so much, friend. It does get very addicting. We're all just talking about all our trips to Hobby Lobby and items in our craft outlet cart. And yeah, it does get very addicting when you, especially with working with the mesh. I was hooked. The moment I discovered what mesh was and how you used it, I was hooked. I love working with mesh. Okay. Hi, Nancy. Welcome, friend. I'm just trying to fix this bow and put it back on the bunny because I didn't like it the way it was. There we go. That will be a lot better there. Okay, there we go. Hey, Sharon. Okay, so now we're going to put all this back on the bunny the way it was. And where did that little piece go? This came on it too. Which, like I said, I think it's cute. I'm just going to leave it. I don't see anything wrong with that. And I do like this ribbon, so we're not going to waste that. And get one more piece here. Darlene, yeah, I'll hold it up. I can't really move. Well, maybe I can move the camera a little bit more, but I can hold it up to the phone so you could see better. Right now, I'm just putting this bow back together, and then we're going to glue it on. Okay, that is much better than it looked before. Okay. Then we're just going to glue this back on the bunny, and it'll be just like it came, but a little more ironed out and less wrinkled like it was. They must have just threw that together because it didn't look good at all. Okay, so we're going to add this back to where it was. It was right here. It's right there. And then this was right on top. There we go. All right, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to add those eggs. What did I do with those eggs? There's the eggs. Get those out of here. And then we're going to make a bow down here. And then we're going to make a couple little bows here. And then we're going to add some florals. And that's how we're going to do this. Thank you, Darlene. Yes, I'll try to do it so you can see it a little bit better. Thank you, Teresa, for the jewels. I appreciate that. Hi, Betty. Welcome, friend. All right, just waiting on that glue gun to heat up. No worries, Betty. You know you can always catch those replays anytime. Which is what's nice on Facebook is that on YouTube is that they stay there forever and you don't have to worry about them falling off after 30 days. And where did that little felt piece go? I'm losing stuff here. Oh, it's right there. See, I told you I'm starting to lose it here. Bye, Betty. We'll see you later. Yes, there's 2 Bettys, Debbie. Yep, Betty, thank you. I know. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like my great aunt used to tell me, if your head wasn't attached, I don't know what you would do. And then this was right here. I don't know exactly how it was. Maybe like that. I know. I used to always laugh when my aunt would tell me that. All right. So she's back in business here with the same bow and little felt piece like she came with. And might have to add a little bit more glue, but we'll see what happens. There. All right. Her guts were growling. Oh, that's funny. I love those old sayings. Okay. Those little curls are like curling. Okay. Well, time to move on. So now let's see here. Let me make sure. I might have to add more glue there. Let me just hold this here for a minute until it's fully secured. And if anybody is new here tonight, if you could hit that subscribe button right down below, we'd love to have you. I know there are people that watch silently, and so if you're not subscribed, please come subscribe and be part of my channel. Because you would be amazed at how many, because you get analytics on your channel and how many people watch your stuff that don't subscribe to you. And if all those people subscribe to my channel that watch my channel, my channel would be way higher. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me and my channel so I can produce more lives and more content for you each week. Okay. All right. Now we're going to get the bow maker out and we're going to do just some very simple bows. We're not doing anything crazy tonight. And it's going to be, I mean, we're going to keep it pretty basic. Because I don't want, I'm kind of hitting a new era where I want that mesh to be the star of the show. I am sick of getting all this beautiful mesh, and I do it all the time. I don't know why I do it. And then I end up covering it all up with ribbon. And it's like, I want to showcase this mesh and add some ribbon, but not like tons where you can't even see the mesh anymore. It's like girls' night out for you. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that, friend. I like to release a new tutorial every week, and I go live every week as well. So that you're going to guarantee, if you're part of my channel, you're going to see something new every week. And we're going to add these cute little, these were some of those unboxing ones that we did at Craft Outlet when we had that big fun Easter shipment. And we're going to use these little picks here, and we're going to zip tie them right onto the frame. And a lot of times you don't even have to zip tie. You can use the wire from the picks and wrap it around your wreath. And we're just going to give it a little accent there. So I have to stand up to kind of see what's going on here. One of these days I'll get one of those wreath easels and I'll have a bigger space that I can, it'll be a little easier to, Carl enjoys Thursday night girls night out. All right. We love having you with us, Carl. We love it. You get us, Carl, and we appreciate that. Although Carl does think I'm a bad influence on Lori with all my unboxing videos. All right, so I think I'm going to add those right there, up on each side of the head. And now I'm going to flip her over and we're going to attach with some pipe cleaners. Oh, Andres, thank you. Thank you so much. Linda, did you mean about covering up the mesh? I know, I remember, I thought about that when I did the last, I got that beautiful jute ombre mesh. Well, it's what I did with that summit. And that mesh was gorgeous and you couldn't see any of the mesh because I covered it all up in ribbon. And then that's got me thinking, like, I got to stop doing that. Yeah, Carl likes to shop with Lori. That is awesome. Okay, so we got that, and then we can always just twist. You can use some of this wire just to kind of bend it back over, reinforce it even more. It's not going to go anywhere. He just likes to shop. I love it. So he gets my shopping online addiction. Yes, Andres, I agree. And I've been a little guilty of that myself, and I've just decided that this is going to be a new era for me, and I'm going to stop covering up all my beautiful mesh with, I'm going to use ribbon. Don't get me wrong. I love my ribbon, but I'm going to stop covering it all up with ribbon. Especially a lot of this mesh I just got has so much pretty texture to it that, I mean, we don't want to cover that up at all. She's getting there. We'll get there. I just got to get these little floral picks in the way I want. And that is not going to work for me. But you always just can use those wires as part of your, just use it to connect to your design. I just have to get this a little bit better there. Right around there. Carl made 2 wreaths, but he said it's very nerve-wracking. Yes, Carl, the struggle is real. That's that's why these lives go a long time, because this is real life. It takes time to make these things. In a world where everything is so much reels and everything's fast, 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 people think that, you know, it should be made that fast, but that's a reel, and that's a sped up version. That's why I told that lady that was commenting about the live, and I just said, that's, well, then I don't think the lives are for you. In a nice way. I'm never rude. You know, I'm just letting them know that this is why the lives are this way, and the tutorials are that way. And some people prefer lives over tutorials and vice versa. But I feel like you guys, and it's almost like a girls' night out. And one of these days, we're going, when I can figure it all out, we're going to do a monthly wreath where we craft together, where we're all making the same wreath together. I just have to figure out the details. Okay. All right, so we got the two little, wait, what happened to this one? This one's moving on me. Okay, this one needs to come this way. And this one, we'll bend it. That's why that wire is good. You can make it go whichever way you want. Why does that look completely off? This one has to get moved. That one doesn't look good. And you get to all work with me and watch me through the whole process of taking things apart that I don't like. All right. I need to try to even that out a little bit. That has to come in a little further here. You hear Mr. Turbo snoring? He is sawing logs right now. There we go. We got to move that in a little bit closer. He will be excited for his walk after this live. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this in the same spot as the other side. One was up here and one was down there. Okay, that looks a little bit more like it there. All right, we'll get there. I promise you all, we'll get there. Let's see. Debbie says she's going to post her very favorite wreath she made when she was kind of new, but it's just my favorite. Will you let me know if the style would sell? Yes, Debbie, we will give you our honest feedback. Yes, Nancy, it is, the addiction is real. Yes, Linda, I agree. That is my goal for my next mesh wreaths, is just to kind of hold back a little bit on the ribbon. And I mean, of course we're going to add ribbon, but I don't need to just overkill the ribbon. Yeah, we went yesterday for his WALK, and he was strutting. He had pep in his step, and I was like, whoa, look at you. He was pulling on the leash the whole time, and I couldn't keep up with him. He had a lot of pep in his step yesterday. Oh, I just saw something else when I hit that X button. Let me see what that was. Oh, it shows how many viewers and how many likes. I never noticed that before. And how do I get back to the chat? There we are. You hear cars going by here, Teresa? Yep. And I kept this window shut here, so it's a little bit quieter. But, oh, yeah, there's cars going by, all right. We live on a busy road. All right. There we go. Okay. Getting caught up on those eggs. I need to move on. Focus, Holly. Focus. Oh, yeah, that's Turbo snoring. He is snoring. Okay. Now we're going to add the bow. And let me get this out of the way. And then we're going to add some florals. And then we're going to wrap it up before too long. Hi, Claudia. Welcome. Whew, it's hot in here. I got the window shut and it's getting super stuffy. Okay. So here are the ribbons that I chose for her. And we're going to do just a simple bow down here with this beautiful 2.5-inch scalloped ribbon. And then we're going to do 2 little simple bows on each side over here. But look at this ribbon. I love that. From Craft Outlet. It's got the eggs on it. So pretty. I'm obsessed with the scallop edge ribbon. And this, I haven't used this. This was from Craft Outlet too. I thought this was super pretty. Finally get to use some of my new Easter ribbon. And this one was from Costco, which I used yesterday for the first time, and I'm obsessed with this ribbon. The only downside is it has the little pom-poms on it, which are cute, but with the mesh it gets kind of sticky, but we're gonna work through it. So let's do just a simple bow for here. I'm just thinking just like a 1 loop bow maybe. Let me just play around. I didn't quite figure out this whole thing yet. I'm thinking just like a bow, maybe a 1 or 2 loop bow for down there. So I'm going to move her off to the side while we make our bows. See, these are a couple of the platters. See, I'm a squirrel. I get sidetracked here. These were a couple of the platters that I got yesterday that day from Hobby Lobby that I want to do the centerpieces on. This one I got for that big green one. And this is going to be one that we're going to do for one of the, either the white or the pink one, the little bunny. Sorry, Turbo. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to scare you. Well, he's awake now. Sorry, Turbo. Sorry, babe. I didn't mean to scare you. Whew, I'm going to have to open this window because it is hot. Need some airflow. Now you'll probably hear some dogs barking, some birds chirping. Sip, Holly. Thank you, Betty. Thank you for reminding me. Betty knows me. She's like, get some coffee, Holly. You'll be fine. Oh. Yes, Linda, we'd love to see it. Post it in the community tab here on Facebook. Yes, we do. I have to spell the W-A-L-K because if I don't, he'll go crazy when he hears me say that. He goes nuts when you say that word. And I'm not ready for that right now. So and then he'll be like, just scratching on my leg. Like, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm gonna get this little purple that I have over here, and we're either that or, yeah, I'm gonna grab this purple. I have this smaller purple that we'll use too in this bow. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, so let me just kind of gauge how big I want the loop. Okay, so we'll do 5-inch loops. Oh, I've been dying to work with this ribbon. So pretty. Oh my gosh. And I want to do a long tail, and then we could trim it down, but I want it long like the boy bunny. And I want to know if maybe I should go down with the camera for, I'm sorry, I forgot her name. I gotta go back to the names. Sorry guys, hold on 1 second here. Was it Donna? I was gonna get a little bit closer with the camera with the bows. Can you see okay with the bow right here? Darlene, thank you. Darlene, can you see, or do you want me to move the camera closer? Because I could probably move the camera down. If Darlene's still here, let me know and I'll adjust the camera. Or ride, yeah. There you go, Lori. That's the other word too. You'll have a huge oh my gosh. Darlene, are you still here? Can you all see us okay? Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave the tails long. So like the other bunny had the big long tails coming down. And we're just going to do a very simple 1 or 2 loop bow here. And I'm just doing 5-inch loops. And I'm telling you, this ribbon does not disappoint. It is thick. It feels nice to work with. Now I can't remember if that boy bunny had 1 or 2 loops. I kind of wanted to do it the same way. Yes, Debbie, 1 was a girl and 1 was a boy. The one I just did for a tutorial was the boy, and he was more like, almost like a burlap color. And he had a big checkered bow, a blue and white bow. And then this one's the girl. There was just 2 of them. I'm just debating. I think he might have just had, let me go take a peek at him real quick. That bunny had 1 or 2. Okay. Okay, he just had 1 big one, so I want to keep it just like he was, so they kind of match. Yeah, and they're in the Dollar Tree, but like in the $5 section. I don't know if I want to add that purple. Do you think we should add the purple or not? I just don't want to cover up this beautiful ribbon here. But this might be a fun little accent. We can always take it off if it's covering up our beautiful ribbon here. We can always bend it that way. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll do 2 loops of this. Yeah, sometimes in that $5 section, they have some cute stuff. Some of it I wouldn't pay what they're asking for, but these I thought were definitely worth the $5. Okay, we'll just do something like that. We'll see what that looks like. If I don't like it, I'll just take it apart. You know me, I'll take it apart. I just don't want to cover up this other ribbon. Do you think I should add the purple or not? I almost feel like I'm not sure if I want to, because I feel like it's going to cover up that scalloped ribbon. Okay, thank you. Purple's out of here. Well, I tried to make it shorter on that last one, but I just felt like it was covering up too much of that scallop. Maybe if I just did a 1 looper. I don't know. I just don't think I like it. I want to keep it more just like the boy bunny. We can always add this in our other bows. But I think I want to just keep it very basic and very simple like this. Just because I want him to mirror, I want to mirror the other one that I did, but in a girly fashion. Because they're going to go next to each other. And this back. And then we might add something in that center to cover up that zip tie. We'll see. Man, I have to say I am obsessed with this ribbon. I highly recommend this ribbon if you're shopping on Craft Outlet. It is good, nice quality. Okay, yeah, I just think that purple would have been too much. Okay, so we have the basic little bow there at the bottom. And now let's make some bows for the sides. Put an egg in the middle. That's a great idea. I always love putting a little something in the middle of the bows, whether it's a floral or like an egg, some sort of embellishment. Yep, a small loop would be good. That could be an option too. So let's see here. Now let's do the 2 bows for the sides that I'm going to do. And these are just going to be very simple 1 loop bows with some tails. That's all we're going to do. And we're going to do about close to about 5.5 to 6 inch loops. And then we're going to do 1 for each side, identical. And then we'll add some of this. If you have a Costco, I highly recommend this ribbon. I was super impressed with this ribbon because, you know, sometimes that ribbon is not the best quality. Sometimes you get some really good ones. And this, I loved it because it's a satin. It has that satin vibe, but there's still a little bit of wire in it, so you could still shape it, which is nice. And of course, you can't go wrong with pom-poms, right? I need to start using the little spindle. And we're just going to make them all the same length. And this is a 2-sided ribbon, so which is nice. You don't have to flip it. Yes, Darlene, I'll grab him when we're finished with her, and then we'll put them side by side. Henry is gorgeous. So Bob likes to go so he can take a nap in the car. I love it. He's going to take a long nap if you're at Hobby Lobby, right? All right, Linda, I will check that out. Usually at night was when I scroll through my stuff and look at pictures and answer any questions. Betty, Bob and Kevin are friends. What's Henry doing? I'm seeing all this stuff about Henry. What's he starting to do? I must have missed that. I missed it. What's Henry doing? Is he acting up? He's attacking Debbie? Oh, no, not sweet little Henry. No. He is a beautiful cat. But that's scary. Maybe he's going through his teenage years right now. He's acting up. Ooh, now I have to say this ribbon is really nice too to work with. The quality is very good. So that's all we're doing, is we're doing simple bows here. I'm not getting all carried away with the bow this time. And he came home as Henrietta. He's identifying. As a female now. Oh my God. Maybe he's just going through like a phase. Because he's, you know what? Are cat years like, I forget what are they like dog years? Because he could be a, you know, early teen by now, acting up. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh. He doesn't like, well, yeah, he doesn't like that water. That's good. That's a good idea though, to have that. We used to I used to do that when my Shih Tzu would go psycho sometimes. Like, I don't know, it must be a Shih Tzu thing, but he'd, you know, be super cool, and then all of a sudden you'd get this like glazed look in his eye, and then next thing you know, my kids would be up on the chair, ah, Mom, and he's like, you know? And that's when I'd bring out the squirt bottle. I don't know. It was like something came over him, and he was a totally different dog. Turned on you quick. Okay, we're going to make one more. Yeah, I wish it was that easy, Lori. Now the vets are like, no, we're not going to answer any questions until you pay the vet visit. That's why I want to get his Turbo's ears rechecked, and I bet you they're going to charge me a whole nother visit just to do that instead of like a discount, because we already paid a bunch of money for his ear thing that was going on. Where is the end? There it is. Yeah, maybe he does need some, maybe he has something going on. Yeah. I mean, that could definitely be it. Oh, I guess this is one-sided. It looks like it's two-sided, but that's the only thing, is the pom-pom stick. But this ribbon is really cool. I actually want to go see if they might have any more of it. Yours do follow-ups, but cost each time. Yeah, do they give you a discounted price for the follow-up? I'm hoping mine will, because, I mean, they should at least do a follow-up just to make sure everything's cleared up at a discounted price. But mine's like a drive-through now since COVID, and you don't go in with your dog anymore. They come to the car and they take him. So I don't even get to talk to the vet until the vet will come out to the car. Oh my gosh, she had a full knee replacement, Lori? Wow. Oh, well, that's nice. Boy, that must have been a lot of recovery time. How long did that take to get back to business? Yes, Lori, I was loving that. Well, when I went that day, I was really trying hard. I only got 2 rolls. I was trying hard to control myself. And but I can't stop thinking about the other ones that I should have got. So I I might have to, there's probably all gone now. Somebody said yesterday that they went back in their Costco, there was only 4 rolls of the ribbon left. But I got that, and I got that beige and white polka dot that I absolutely love that ribbon too. But her butt was hurt till she was totally healed. Yeah, that's a big surgery. But she's a big girl. And that's good that you got that done. No, Trudy, you haven't missed it all. We're just making a couple bows, and I'm gonna bring the wreath back here in a second. Yes, I get it, Lori. That they have a mind of its own. They want to. I got where you were going with it. Yeah. Well, thank goodness she was able to walk when you got home, so you didn't have to. That would have been something. Trying to carry her out to the bathroom and all that. Okay, so now we're gonna add these bows here. Yeah, you'll have to let me know. I'm kind of curious what if mine has any left. I should have went back and got more, but I was trying to behave myself that day. Hey, Sally. Okay, so this is what we got going on so far. We're working with the Dollar Tree bunny head, and we just made a couple of these 1-loop bows that we're going to add on each side here. And we're just going to go right around the pipe cleaner. Right around the wreath bar. Thank you, Laura. How you doing, friend? And we're just gonna do the other bow on the other side. It's kind of been my new jam right now, is a very simple bow, because I almost feel like they're just pretty. Just more simple it is. And we'll fix the tails and all that in a minute. Yes, Sally, I got it from the dollar store. I did one of my last tutorials. I did the male version, and so he needed a wife or girlfriend, so we're making her now. Yeah, I got them early on in the season. I thought they were so cute, and I'm so happy I'm finally able to work with them. They're so fun. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that, friend. You tried the bunny head at the dollar store and they were out. You should. Yeah, don't you hate that when you're like the Costco ribbon, like, oh, and then you think, I should have got it. Why didn't I get it then? And then you go back and they're gone. But there have been a lot of people that have still been able to find them. And we're just adding the bow on the other side. Yes, Lori. Definitely. And if you didn't have that, she would probably be having a lot of problems right now. And as she gets older and starts aging. So yeah, no, I agree. We're still paying off some surgery bills from our other dogs. But yeah, like, it's a big responsibility, and that's why I think there's so many abandoned pets, because people don't want to take on that. Something goes wrong and then they just dump the dogs or the cats or whatever. The other day I was walking Turbo and there was a pack of dogs, a 3-pack. And usually there's never a dog that's off a leash like that. And I got nervous because I saw this pack of dogs in the orchard, and I just kind of paused and I was waiting because I wasn't sure, you know, what's going on. And then I ran into a dad and his daughter that were walking, and he saw me kind of pausing. And he said those dogs had been there since Saturday, and they didn't have collars. And I think people had tried to call whoever, I don't know, the shelter or something, and nobody would come get them because they said that they're not bothering anybody. And he said they had been out there since Saturday, and there's like right by the road. There, some of them are almost getting hit. And then I felt so bad. And of course I couldn't bring them home. And then yesterday I didn't see them. So I'm praying that they found hopefully they got out from somebody and not somebody dumped them. But I just thought, oh my gosh, poor babies. But I couldn't imagine them not coming to get them, saying that they're not harming anybody, and they're like right by this road where they could get hit. And he said they were friendly, so that made me feel good because I was nervous with Turbo. Nothing's more scary than a pack of dogs out loose with no leash. All right, so we just added those 3 simple little bows, and I'm going to fluff those up here in a minute. This is what we have so far. I think she's turning out cute. And we could just leave her like that, or we can add a couple little florals if we want. You'd bring them all home. I wish I could, Gloria. I just, ugh. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and fluff these out. This one needs to go that way. You're using the pom-pom ribbon too? That's fun, huh? I just used it yesterday, Trudy, for the first time, and I was like, oh, I love it. The other ribbon I got from Craft Outlet. The only thing with the pom-poms is it sticks on the mesh. I put it on my cross wreath yesterday, and it was sticking all over the place. Thank you. Yeah, I like the simple bow. So let me pull out these little florals I have, and maybe we'll just pop in a few florals. You know, just some little florals that were laying around. These are all my extras. Let's see here what we could find in here. Ooh, that would be pretty. Could add some baby's breath. Maybe a couple little tulips. That's why at the summit, this one girl, she had showed how to make a wreath from all your extra florals like that that are laying around. And I thought that was pretty cool how she did it. We'll probably add a little something there. And then I think what I'm going to do, I'm not sure about these, if I want to add any of these or not. I think what I'm going to do, the only thing I'm going to do is add some of these little purple ones. So this is one of my go-tos from Hobby Lobby. I am obsessed with all this stuff. It's the garland, and I get it in every color. And it's awesome for little accent flowers. I use this all the time. It's definitely a go-to for me. When it's 40% off, you can't beat it, the price. And we're just gonna pop some of these in, and then he is gonna have a missus, and then I'll go grab the Mr. Betty, I'm just gonna pop a few in, that's it. Nothing crazy. We're just gonna do a few here and there, and it's just gonna give it a little purple, which I think will look really, really fun. Time for Vito's meds. All right, Lori. Yeah, we're just going to add a couple of these, and then we are going to wrap this design up. Make sure I haven't missed any. Yes, I'll make sure I go grab the boy bunny. And you'll see he's pretty much identical to her, except for a few little different colors. I just love this garland so much. And we're not going to add too much. We're just going to pop a few pieces in. It's always hard to see when I'm sitting down to get the whole visual. What I'm going to have to do is get a ceiling mount for my camera. So then I could stand up more, because my desk rolls up and down. And then I could design standing up where I can see the wreath a lot better when I'm making bigger ones like this. Just add something up there. No, I don't like that. I don't know if I'm liking this or not, but we don't have to add this. I just thought a couple pieces would be good. Just a few. There we go. They just have to be a little bit smaller. And then it's going to be time for WALK for Mr. Turbo. Not sure about that one either. I don't know if we're going to add any of this purple or not. Turbo, what are you doing? What are you doing, mister? You know what? I'm not really liking this florals with it right now, but I am going to add the little piece in the middle. And then we're going to wrap it up. We're just going to add this little guy right there. No, you're going to have to help me name them. I follow this one lady that makes the most beautiful centerpieces, and she always has her followers help her name her bunny or whatever she's working on, help give them a name. So you'll have to help me name them. I'm gonna go get the other bunny and we'll hold them up together, and I'm gonna hang this back up. But I really do love those garland florals. And what's nice is they come in all different colors. And of course I'll save all of this, will not go to waste. All right, I want to hear Carl's names for him. I'm gonna go get him, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna call them. But this is, yep, I'm gonna leave this just like this. She doesn't need any more flowers. And Then we can always, I did pick up more of these. These are the placemats that we were talking about. One live about covering the backs of your wreaths if you sell them or you give them away as a gift. These are perfect size to zip tie around the 14-inch wire wreath frame. And I picked up those because I got to finish off an order that's going out. And let me clip this off. And there she is. So fun. I love that scalloped ribbon. Let me go. I'm going to go grab him. George and Wheezy. Oh, I love it. Oh, I used to love the Jeffersons. Oh my gosh. I love them. You use the honey placemats. Yes. They're great size. Betty says you have room to freestand 2 pieces of wood, L shape to a oh, thank you. Thank you. See, my husband's the best. Look at him. He brought me Mr. So there's Mr. And there, okay, there's Mr. And then now he's got a wife. And these will be listed in my Etsy store. I'm going to start starting to list a lot of my wreaths that I make live because I don't have room. I need to start selling some of these wreaths to make money for some more crafting supplies so I can make more tutorials and lives for you. So yes, I will be listing these in my Etsy store. It just takes me a little bit to get the picture and the listing, but this one, it has the finished back. That's what it looks like with the placemat. And it has the zip tied for the hanger too. So anyway, I had so much fun tonight hanging out with all of you. The placemats, Gloria, I got at Hobby Lobby. They're in the spring home section and they're all 40% off this week. They usually have them in all different colors. And sometimes you can find them in the regular where the regular placemats are too. But these ones that are in the spring section, they always have them in all different colors. I'll get them in the sage and the white. And they're good to have on hand for finishing off the backs. I think George and Wheezy is a great name for them. Tell Carl thank you. This is George and Wheezy. Because they're moving on up. They're moving on up to the Etsy store. So Anna, if you are interested, I have an Etsy shop. I have the link in the description section of all my tutorials. You can find me there. And it's Hollie Hobbies Studio on Etsy. And let me just, oh, Trudy, thank you for the flower and the jewels. I appreciate that, friend. And let me just make sure I haven't missed any questions before we go for the night. And hey, we did pretty good tonight. 2 hours and 10 minutes. All right. Pretty darn good. Let me just make sure. I'm going to scroll back through all of this. Sorry, I missed some stuff. Okay. So, yes, you know, Betty, I hear that from a lot of people from Canada. They bring the extra suitcase when they come and they stock up on crafting supplies. Because I have a lot of followers from Canada, and I know that your struggle's real when it comes to crafting stores over there. Oh, Sally, thank you. And okay, let me make sure. I'm going to go right back here. And Thank you, Terry. And Sally, you want the girl bunny, maybe put a rose and eyelashes. And, okay. Yes, Gloria, I totally get it. We're still paying on ours, our two that had these big surgeries, and they're both passed as well. Okay. Da, 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 da. Yep, I had to do the same thing with the care credit. And I keep saying that I'm going to get pet insurance for Mr. Turbo because I have a feeling he's going to start costing some money down the road with all the issues that pugs have with their breathing and everything else. Thank you, Terry. Okay, so Betty was saying, do you have room to freestand 2 pieces of wood L shape to attach phone over table? I don't. I have my tripod that goes pretty high, which is what's recording me now, but I need something. My husband said he could do some sort of ceiling mount for me. And I think if I get that, then I'll be able to stand up and maybe have the easel or maybe have some sort of different angle where I could stand up and craft a little easier. Which, don't get me wrong, I like crafting sitting down, but sometimes I can't. It's hard to get the whole visual of the wreath when you're sitting down. See, and he's been sticking his tongue out a lot lately. I don't know what that is all about. But this means that it's time for me to go when he's saying, okay, Mom, you're done. And all right, everyone have a wonderful night. And I just want to say one thing, that if you're watching, I just want to say if everyone could give this a thumbs up before we all go. Throw some emojis out there. Just start throwing them out, some hearts, some thumbs up, whatever. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to my channel, if you could please hit that subscribe button right down below. It makes it really easy. You hit that button and you will be subscribed to my channel. And I want to let you know that sometimes when people hear subscribe, they think it's going to cost money. And subscribe just means to follow on YouTube. That's all it means. You're not going to get charged. It's totally free to subscribe. And I would love having you. I release new tutorials every week and we go live every week. So I hope that you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you next week. And come follow me on Facebook as well, because I'm starting to go live on there a little bit more. And hopefully I'll start going live on TikTok as well. But I will always go live here on YouTube because YouTube has my heart. You all have my heart. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, everyone. You have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching Holly Hobbies, from my heart to yours. Bye, friends.